I set a date. I set an opening date yesterday.
Let's hear it.
Nope.
Cue the mic exclusive.
Nope.
Why not? You should want people to know it.
I got you a little secret, though, Emma.
What?
I'm going to give you a secret. It's Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm the unbelievable Randy Twyford.
Ooh, unbelievable.
Yeah. And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 76.
76 trombones come a-marching in.
Okay.
I think you should start saying you're the stunning Emma Derflinger. Maybe the stunning.
Stunning? That's so nice. But I don't compliment myself. I'm not like that. That's Randy's thing.
Was that a slam?
That was a fuck you, never. Randy. So
no, never.
No.
I would never say something like that to Randall.
I've got feelings too, Emma, so don't worry.
Called me dumb last week.
I did?
Hey, yell out there to Marla and see if she's done mowing the lawn yet.
She's just got a couple more laps here in the front yard, and she'll be along her way. So,
okay, good.
Just imagine you're driving down the road and people are mowing the roads along the roadside. So,
I thought your office was in the back thing. Did you move it?
It was, but after I came back and I moved up here to the front bedroom. So,
oh, you did.
I've got a more spacious room, so I still don't have as much. I still have the same amount of working room. It's just there's more fucking junk piled in this room.
I was gonna say
that in
pull back that curtain.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
No.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You got more shit piled up.
Oh yeah, the couch. There's a couch behind the wall, and
we'll look at Randy's early episodes.
There's a couch behind the wall, and it's just backpacks, Amazon boxes, that whole set of surveillance cameras from Amazon that when we were down in Florida, I decided to get, and I've never done anything with them. So.
Jesus. Does that not stress you out?
No.
Oh my gosh, my working
space.
There's
too many other things
clean.
that stress me out besides not having my Amazon.
No, I mean
monitor.
Just like working. Your working space, like my working space, is the cleanest space in the house at all times.
You know what's great about my working space?
That it's my mom, so it's always clean.
I don't have one.
I was going to say yours is mobile.
I don't collect clutter anymore because I don't have Sherry's Tahoe that I drive around.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a place to sit. I sit in like 50 different places every day. And so you don't collect stuff. So when your backpack gets heavy, you just clean the shit out and throw it away because you learn just not to. But I mean, I guess my garage, which don't even get me started on that. But yeah.
Well, my working office part of it is clean and well organized here at the computers and at my desk. But it's just the rest of the room, there's supplies. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah. Emma, I thought I was going to have to call you last night.
Why?
Well, my lovely bride, she ordered new patio furniture for the new restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this really kick-ass, really nice, heavy-duty, like really nice stuff. This, I mean,
you have to build it.
It's the composite wood stuff.
Yeah,
Really nice composite wood built by the Amish out of Ohio.
Right.
Really nice stuff. And so the guy gets her with the truck, and first thing she goes is, hey, those chairs weren't supposed to have arms on it. I didn't pay for arms. I'm like, shut up, Sherry. They got free arms on them.
Yeah.
And the arms were like $100 more a chair. I'm like, just shut up. We got free arms. And she's like, but they're going to be too skinny. And I'm like, sit down in the chair. And I'm like, these are very spacious chairs. You're fine. These are great. And old people like arms so they can get out
Yeah.
of
Right.
their chair.
Right.
So they're amazing. But she says, hey, we're going to need some. They told us we were going to need number 2 square bits because we have to attach the tabletop to the table base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not a problem. Well, they start unloading the table, and it's in pieces.
Oh boy.
So we pull out the instructions, and Amanda's there, and we got 4 other people, and so I grabbed the drill and the screw bit, the number 2 screw bit. 125 screws, stainless screws, in each table.
Shut
And
up.
how many tables do you have?
7.
Oh my God.
125
Holy fuck.
screws. And I'm telling you, it is the most well-manufactured table I have ever seen. It's so well engineered.
That's a lot of screws.
It is amazing. And they're all stainless, top of the line. I mean, it is really some nice shit. Did I mention 125 screws per table?
So why were you gonna call me?
Because you like that fucking shit.
Well, 125 screws is a lot.
It took Amanda reading the instructions and me and Brian. It took us about 40 minutes to put one table together.
Oh my God.
With Sherry overseeing and lift and whatever. And I'm like, okay, we're done for today. And so then I went back today. I had to go to a meeting with the Department of Labor. That's a whole nother story. And they put another table together today that took them the same amount of time. I'm like, holy criminelli. But I mean, beautiful stuff. I mean, this stuff is amazingly beautiful. It's going to last a lifetime. And if I ever need a place to like take my truck and change the oil, I'll just run it up on one of these tables.
Right.
And it'll hold it. I guarantee.
Right.
Yeah. Because these tables, I guarantee tables weigh 300 pounds a piece.
No kidding.
Oh man. I mean, it's beautiful stuff.
Huh.
So it'll be a beautiful patio when it's done. But man, you talk about a back hurting last night just from lifting it out of the truck.
300-pounder.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'll be damned.
Crazy.
So what's the deal with the Department of Labor?
Yeah, let's hear about
Or
that.
do you not want to talk about it?
Oh no, this is typical politics at the national level. So the Department of Labor come in and did an audit. So when you get to certain areas, they like to come in and audit things.
Yeah.
And make sure that and they were pretty much auditing underage workers. 15-year worker, 15-year
Right.
And so there's a bunch of laws associated with 15-year-old workers. And, we understand what the laws are. And last year or 2 years ago, the state of Iowa changed the laws around the amount of hours that underage workers could work and how late they could work. Right?
Uh-huh.
So the state of Iowa come back and said, the underage 15 workers, and don't quote me on any of this stuff, but instead of working till 7 o'clock at night, they could work till 9 o'clock at night on a school night. And they passed some things saying they could work so many hours a week and whatever. Mm-hmm. So, okay, fine and dandy. And we don't employ a lot of people, so no big deal. But so they came in and did this audit. Well, little did we know that and this was all over the news for like 6 months. This was all over the news and all over the news in a good way and in the news in a bad way, because of course everybody was screaming that, oh my God, child labor laws, I can't believe you're going to let these kids work till 9 o'clock on the school night and da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what, they're kids. If they don't want to work, they don't have to work. But
Right.
there's kids that want to work, and let them work, right? So do you want them sitting home in front of a video game till midnight, or you want them to work, right? I
Right.
mean, what's the difference? So anyway, so we had some kids that, worked till 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock or whatever. Well, they came in and said, national labor law says they can only work till 7. And national labor law supersedes all Iowa law. Even though Iowa
Then
and the
what the
and the Iowa Restaurant Association blew this up and said, yeah, look, now you guys can all work. You can work till 9. And Iowa legislators said, hey, you can work till 9. But the national labor law said, no, you can't. But nobody ever told us that. It was all
what the
about, it was
what's the
all
point then?
about what you're exactly right. What was the point? Right?
What was the point?
So anyway, a few years ago, there was all these meatpacking plants that were unwisely
Right.
abusing child labor laws.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would get fined $250 per violation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so the meatpacking plants would go to the Department of Labor and say, fine, we'll just pay the fine.
Yeah. No big deal.
No big deal. So the Department of Labor come back and said, okay, fine. We'll raise the fines. We'll fine you like $10,000
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
to prevent them from doing it. So
Get
now
their
all of a
attention.
sudden, get their attention. So now they've come back to the local restaurants, and they started marching down in Ankeny and Des Moines and started going down the fucking road and looking and auditing our books and looking at payroll and assessing fines based upon abusing child labor. When really, just
Yeah, no.
just honest little mistakes, and ours is very
Well,
minuscule. They're like, well, this employee worked on a school day and they worked 15 minutes past. Who gives
Really?
a fuck? But they could, I mean, but seriously, they could come back and fine us $15,000 for that occurrence. Now, of course, even the labor attorney, even the labor person that did it said, hey, if they try and fine you, just go back and, fight it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we've spent hours and hours and hours of resources going through and giving them payroll records from years past, and they came in and did all this entire audit.
Holy
And
shit.
they individually met with all these people and all our management staff and whatever. I mean, we've invested hundreds of hours, and this was not just,
How long has this
hey,
been going on?
probably 6 months.
You're kidding me.
And and when they want the data, I mean, they send you a stuff on Thursday afternoon and say, hey, we need this by Monday morning. I mean, they're not giving you 3 weeks to comply with stuff. They want it now.
That's
Wow.
annoying.
And then they take it away. Then they take it away for 30 days and then decide to call back. So they've been very nice about it, and we've been very cordial about it. But today was the final call, and they're like, yeah, you had a few violations, but we appreciate your bookkeeping's been amazing. Everything's been amazing about your organization. Everybody's been very cooperative. You did have a few violations. We can't tell you what those violations are. Well, we can tell you what the violations are, but we can't tell you if there's any fines associated with it. You'll get a letter in the mail.
Chicken shit. Chicken
Yeah.
shit.
And you just know it's just all politically motivated. It's politically motivated because they're going, you got a Republican governor that come out and said, hey, I mean, they did. They said, hey, they're touting this child labor thing. And then
I don't
you've
want
got,
I don't want
is.
to talk
It's
about
just,
Kim.
but it's just bullshit. But I guess the moral of the story is whatever you hear on the news, right, wrong, or indifferent, don't believe it a bit because federal law supersedes any state law. So
Everything.
it was a
So,
huge problem to everybody when this happened, but
it
nothing
doesn't even.
changed the law.
I-
But it was
that's
but what was the funny thing? Even the auditor told us this is the first time in 30 years that they've audited anybody for it. 30 years that they've not just us,
Oh, not
but
just
this
you.
is the
yeah.
this is the first time they've come in and done audits.
Huh. Isn't that just fascinating?
It's just
Yeah, you're exactly
fascinating.
right. That's a political.
So just
Okay.
welcome to the world of business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The fact that we even changed the law for it not to matter is just, that part is so hard for me to grasp. Like, what was the point then, you know?
Yeah, we changed the law. Everybody blew hot air.
Blew up.
Everybody was either for even the Iowa Restaurant Association
Yeah.
was touting how it was such a great thing, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it was all illegal because national law supersedes. But nobody, but the national, but
How
the
did we
national
not?
law,
Yeah.
but then the national labor never come back and said, whoa,
Yeah,
time out. You
how
never
is that not a
heard that in the
conversation?
news. You never heard
How
that
is
in
that
the
not a
news.
conversation?
It was nobody
Yeah.
ever informed us. All
That's
we
the
knew
part,
is
like,
when you have your governor of your state saying, "Hey, here's a new law," and when you have your restaurant association saying, "Here's what you should do," then you do it, right?
Right,
yeah.
right. I would have done the same.
You don't even think twice about national law.
No.
Right.
Yeah, just asinine. Just
That
asinine.
is.
Welcome to the bureaucracy
So,
of bullshit.
so let's say, okay, so this is me. We're gonna get a little, we're gonna have a government lesson because now I'm confused. So, let's say the roles were reversed and Iowa decided to have the 7 p.m. cutoff, but the national had 9. What would you follow then? You'd follow the 9? Or.
No, because Iowa law. I mean, if Iowa has a law,
So,
you're in the law. But
okay. Okay.
Why wouldn't you follow what the government's
Yeah.
doing? Now that you know that,
well, because states can dictate, but states can't violate.
oh, I see. Because
Oh, okay. I get.
you're
Okay,
doing
that makes
7
more
o'clock.
sense. Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
I got it. Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that Randy was
Right.
also in the same boat. That makes more sense.
I mean, it's kind of like the. No, we won't even get
Yeah,
political.
let's not.
Never mind.
This wasn't
So,
getting political.
for our listeners, what's a good way to overcome some of this politically fuckery?
Don't ever employ anybody under the age of 15. Don't give anybody that's young a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Because you know what's funny? So
Okay.
what's funny is what's considered right, because that's the safe way out, because what's considered a school week? So let's say, because you can only work
Sunday to
you
Sunday
can
to
only
Friday.
they can only work 18 hours a week during a school week, right? And not more than 3 hours a day. If they go on spring break, let's say spring break starts on Friday.
Right.
If one day out of the week they go to school, one day out of the week, that entire week is considered a school week. So it's off, that rule applies. Now, if they do not go to school anytime during that week, it's not considered a school week. But any time from Labor Day to June 1st is considered a school year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they can't work past 7 p.m. But on June 2nd, they can work till 9 p.m. But if they're still going to school, they can still work till 9 p.m. But if they're working during them, they can't work so many hours, but they can still work till 9 p.m. it's just the most asinine, backwards, just
So there's just a lot of
thing.
boundaries.
There's just a lot of boundaries put around. And that's why, for the most part, we used to not do many 15-year-olds. We try and give people a chance. There is kids out there that were like, hey, if they're
Well,
working, they're not on the street. And
yeah, well,
they,
and it's
and they're young enough that we can mold them into becoming good employees.
Right.
it's one of those things. If we're
If the government's going to slap fines on us if we miss it, and they're saying if you miss it by a minute, you could be subject to a fine. So let's say I have an employee that's 15 years old, for instance, and let's say they're delivering food and they deliver food out to a customer at 6:55 p.m. And the customer starts asking them questions, and they get into a conversation with our server or with our food runner, whatever. And the food runner, by the time they get done with that conversation, by the time they get back to the time clock, it's 7:01. They violated federal law.
Right.
Even though they were servicing the customer and did nothing wrong, they violated because they were on the clock 1 minute too long. And it doesn't matter whether it's 1 minute or 8 hours, they violated federal law. They treat it the same. Because a lot of these violations are like, hey, it was 1 minute. This was 2 minutes over. This was 5 minutes over. Doesn't matter. You're 1 minute over. You violated the law.
The other alternative is make them invisible.
Make them invisible.
Very
Very hard to do in a 100-person corporation.
I understand. But
you would think
but you
that
know
they
what I
would,
mean.
I don't know. People complain about how my generation is lazy, but hell, getting a job sounds hard. There's too many rules. Nobody would want to hire a young kid or a 15-year-old.
Too many rules. Too many. Yeah. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's
all
interesting
backwards.
how I remember when this came out, it was the end of the world. It was the end of the world. It was almost as bad as when our governor kept the state open during COVID.
Right.
And they still call her COVID Kim, right? For that, even though it doesn't matter, right? They still call her COVID Kim because she's the worst governor in the world, because I can't believe you didn't shut down the world for 9 months, right? The same thing happened with this labor thing. She was the worst person in the world for letting school-age kids work till 9 o'clock at night on a school night.
Unbelievable.
And guess what? It was against the law anyway. It was against federal law. So, you learn.
And that's the benefit of listening to an informative broadcast.
Like Cue the Mic.
Like Cue the Mic, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where you can learn some things. So,
Sometimes, maybe.
and you might learn
Sometimes.
some tomfoolery also.
Tomfoolery.
That's also true.
Yeah. So, well, it's a bad deal, but that's our government at its best, fucking the man.
Yeah.
So that's what it all boils down to. So,
Yeah, but oh well.
But that's
We
enough
care-
about politics. That's
Well, really not politics, but
not
Yeah, that
politics,
one-
it's
yeah,
running a
that's-
business.
kind
Yeah.
of.
It's
Kind of.
this is,
I
we're,
mean,
we're dancing on a line. I could see some wheels spinning. Some comments I feel like could
my
be said.
my meals are all spinning. Yeah, I was told a little bit ago that I had to have this menu finalized for
By?
the jam by Tuesday, and I'm like, well,
this
that's no
coming
problem.
Tuesday or last Tuesday?
This coming Tuesday.
This coming
I said, "That's
Tuesday.
not-" I said that's not a problem. I've got to just get some patio furniture put together, get a walk-in cooler freezer put up in southeast Iowa. No problem.
No,
Won't be a problem at all.
nothing else to do.
I don't have anything to do. Hey, Randy, you doing anything this weekend? You might come over to New London, and we could have a little party. Bring your
Well,
raincoat.
Yeah, bring the raincoat because it's going to rain. We're getting the hurricane tomorrow. Canceled
I'm a
us
little-
out of
I'm a little worried that this cheesecake facility in southern Iowa.
Uh
I'm a little worried that it's going to beat the Jam restaurant open. I mean
huh.
they they are moving. I mean
Are they really?
they got the floors poured. The lumber package is showing up on tomorrow. The trusses are coming in. They're starting to frame on Monday.
Wow.
And yeah, it's
Wow.
fun. It's funny. My dad called me yesterday, and
Oh boy.
he goes, "Hey, do I need to go up to the city and get them power? They're gonna start framing on Monday. Do I need to get a temporary power port put out here?" And I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I got a general contractor on the job. You're just the assistant right here. I'm
Right.
pretty sure he's got it taken care of." Oh, okay. Well, I just want to make sure they had power. And I'm like, if they don't have power, pretty sure they'll bring a generator. You just make sure you get me some sawhorses and a bunch of people to peel the crap off these walk-in coolers when I'm come down Sunday morning to set it up. And make
All
sure
the
you get people that'll show up in the rain, because I better not, if it's raining on Sunday, I better not be the
It's
only person down there.
it doesn't. I mean, according to the Apple Weather app, it's not supposed to rain in any of those places.
In New London, Iowa,
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Eldon, so it's close enough that I feel like,
on Sunday,
yeah, it's just gonna be a slight overcast. Zero chance of rain. Zero
zero
percent. Zero
chance
percent
of rain.
chance.
I haven't
That's
looked
what
at it in a
this.
couple of days. We've been running.
I can look at
Run.
New London specifically, but
I'm looking at New
Well,
London
I
right
know
now.
they're calling us to get heavy rains tomorrow, Friday, and 30 and 40 mile an hour winds from the
yeah,
hurricane.
I wish we
New
could get.
New
I wish
London
we
has
could
0% chance.
I wish we could get some. I'd like some heavy rains in Des Moines, Iowa, actually, so we
Bruh,
don't have to
same.
water
The water.
the damn sod.
My God, yeah. My grass
Been a lot of
needs some
traffic
love.
out here today on Twyford Road. A lot of semi traffic out here. So
Ooh, pleasant with plenty of sunshine and 78
there you
on
go.
Sunday.
Which is going to be perfect because I got a tea time. 10
Then
a.m.
the semi traffic will be back. About Sunday, though, it'll be dried up enough. Everybody will be back in the field. So
We lost him.
Yeah, you
We
lost
live-
me because I turned back
He
on
opened
my
his
phone.
phone. Yep.
I turned back on my phone so
I
that
knew
I
the
could,
second he grabbed it.
It's
a dangerous
I turned
game to
back on my
play.
phone so I could look at the weather, and man, that bitch blew up.
yeah, I bet it did. There goes another semi by.
Whoa!
We can't hear him. We can only hear the lawnmower. And
It's going to
faint.
the backyard, so it'll be done in a little bit. So
Yeah, what are you making, Marla? What are you making, Marla, for dinner?
Yeah.
a type of chicken cordon bleu.
Ooh.
A type of?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Not one a frozen one. So
Oh, Randy.
I respect it.
so we're mowing the yard. We picked up a sausage.
What? Hey, what's this weird shit?
Well, I guess that's a point. Well, I
You're
picked
doing
up
it.
a sauce account today. Somebody's going to be selling our sauce in Springfield, so people will have a
Ooh.
place to get it. So
I remember when I used to have a really good sauce customer down in Jacksonville.
well, let's move along here.
His name was Randy
Humphrey,
Twyford.
anybody down in the listening from the Central Illinois market?
How about
Humphreys,
them Cubs? How about them
Humphreys
Cubs?
Meat Market in
How about them
Springfield.
what?
Humphreys Meat Market. I said, how about them Cubs? That's
Ew.
how you change the subject down
Yeah.
in Illinois.
Oh, got it.
Bring up the White Sox.
Ooh.
They suck.
Yeah,
did you
they
do
really
that?
suck. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, I was last night, Sherry. We got home. We went shopping. Just wanted to shop. I said,
For anything
Sherry,
fun?
I don't have any jeans that fit. And I said,
Yeah.
it's going to get cold one of these days, so I need a pair of jeans. So we
Right.
went shopping for jeans, and by the time we got home, it was 7:30, and she's like, I'm not hungry. And I'm like, well, I'm starving. I wasn't starving, but I needed
Where'd you go shopping for jeans at? I'm curious.
Kohl's.
Kohl's department store.
That's where
You seem
Sherry
like
likes to shop.
You seem like you'd go to Costco kind of guy.
I go where my wife tells me to go.
I figured
you
you'd
say
go
"oh"
to
like that?
Farm and Home or something.
I just go where my wife tells me to go.
Fleet Farm.
Yeah, I figured Farm and Home or something would be.
I'm
up your
guessing
alley.
she went to Kohl's. I'm guessing
Has
she went
Kohl's
to
cash.
Kohl's because she fucking had Kohl's cash. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
Oh,
I know I can tell when it was 7:00 at night. I can tell when my back hurt so bad when I was trying to carry a pair of jeans in front of me and I couldn't carry one pair of jeans.
oh shit.
I'm like, Sherry, I have to sit this down. You got to go get a cart. And she had to actually go get a cart and put the pair of jeans in it because I could not carry one pair of jeans in front of me. I can lift a walk-in cooler, but I could not carry one pair of jeans at 7:00 at night.
Huh.
Yeah. Bad.
You're getting old, man. Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, I'm off to the orthopedic clinic in the morning, I think, try and figure out my back.
Good deal. Good
That
deal.
doesn't
That's
sound
why they
like
have
fun.
doctors. I'm a firm believer in that. That's why they got doctors.
Yeah.
I don't go to the
Help you
doctor
get
that often, but I take my dog to the doctor. Oh,
Yeah. So you go to the doctor, you get fixed most of the time.
Twyla
Well,
sneezed funny,
yeah,
and I
this
took her to the vet the other day.
Yeah, this is an orthopedic, so they'll actually tell me what up. They'll tell me if it's just I need to build muscle
What
in
up?
my back or if I got something wrong with that or I figured I could start lifting weights and build up my back muscle, but that's going to do no good if I got something wrong with a vertebrae. So I figured I might as
Agreed.
well figure out what's wrong. And they may say, hey, you need to build muscle in your back and you need to go to a physical therapist, and that's fine. But let's figure out the core of the problem before I start self-diagnosing.
Instead of throwing darts at it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think
Yeah.
that's a great idea, actually.
So I'm going to attempt to do that tomorrow morning.
Good for you.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens or not. I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll be some fire in its head, but
So, subject, I don't know whether to bring it up or not, but how's everything with the breakfast restaurant?
oh, it is absolutely stunning.
What stage are you at now?
Stunning.
We eat something every day. Most of the time I spit it out, not because it's
Right.
bad, but I'm trying not to eat that much.
Right.
We made a brisket French dip yesterday that
Really?
was like out of this world
Sounds good.
Today I kind of got sorry Amanda for bringing it up on the podcast, but she was a little upset with me because I keep changing shit and I'm not locking it down. But so we're making this Monte Cristo, right? We maybe talked about the Monte Cristo.
Yeah. I talked about it last week.
About the ham turkey, but we switched the cheese from Swiss to an American Swiss to
Right.
get a little more melty-ish. Today we didn't have any of our raspberry jalapeno jam, so we went with mango habanero, but that's different. But my daughter Haley, she's been after my ass because we used Captain Crunch on the outside as a breading because I thought it needed texture.
Right.
Well, I was going through Walmart this morning because I had to pick up something. I don't know, something for a catering at last minute. And so I walked by and here was the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in a bag. And she keeps thinking that I need to grind up Cinnamon Toast Crunch and put it on the outside of that Monte Cristo.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I took it back, and when I was dropping off stuff, on the Monte Cristo, I took it, found the Robocoup after I asked 10 people how to run this son of a bitch, got the Monte Cristo all ground up, took it back, we test drove it, and you talk about amazing.
Good, huh?
It was like 10 out of 10. Oh my God. It was good. And then I sent a picture to Amanda. Here, see a picture?
Ooh.
Looks nice.
It's a little blurry, but that's just because.
It is blurry?
Yeah.
Still blurry?
Yeah. It's just going to be blurry.
You sure that's not your eyes?
Considering I'm wearing my glasses, yeah.
So anyway, and it
Randy,
was
what the?
it was really good. What'd you say?
Randy's. I think he was swatting at a fly or something.
I was swatting at a fly.
I just saw him go.
Big fuck.
So
Spazzed out.
anyway, the Monte Cristo was really good. So we're getting there. I put an ultimatum. I didn't put an ultimatum. I set a date. I set an opening date yesterday.
Let's hear it.
Nope.
Cue the mic exclusive.
Nope.
Why not? You should want people to know it.
I got you a little secret, though, Emma.
What?
I'm going to give you a secret. It's 3 more weeks.
You've been saying that for 4 months now.
Someday you're going to believe me.
I don't believe you. I started throwing out dates, and
we've just been waiting on the patio furniture.
Well,
but
I'll
anyway,
come over on Monday and build the rest.
We did get the coffee equipment delivered yesterday.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah, so we have a dual coffee grinder.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll be grinding our own coffee.
Sure.
I've picked the coffee bean we'll be grinding.
What one's that? What one did you go with?
You put me on the spot, but
okay.
It's a very
good.
nice one. It's a very nice one. It's the one I made the cold brew out of.
Okay. Okay, sure.
And a decaf. We're gonna grind our own decaf one too.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Who drinks decaf?
We're gonna be brewing our own regular tea, and we're gonna brew our own sweet tea.
Okay.
Ooh. Which, don't you technically do that now at the
Second Avenue, yep.
At 2nd Avenue? Same
and
people?
Three varieties of cappuccino.
Ooh. Like
along
what?
With, salted caramel, French vanilla, and hot chocolate, I think.
Quite the coffee place.
Oh, I'm Randy. I am like damn near barista material.
Yeah, barista.
With this cold
Barista?
brew. Barista.
Same thing.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Close enough. Tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exciting.
So we're getting nowhere fast. But no, so I put the date, and guess what? Everybody's in panic mode now.
Well, yeah, I would also.
As I said earlier, I bet it wasn't one of them. Let's all hug and think about if we get this together now, we can all have a love fest and everything. I think you probably did one of them. This motherfucker has to be open. We're going to get it open.
I just gave him a date, and all of a sudden, wow, it's coming out of the woodwork.
It kind of is. I mean,
all of a sudden, here's and you know what? All our employees that are going to work there, they're already on the payroll.
Boom.
Easy
peasy.
I'm like, hey, we got to get people hired. Why? They're already here. Here's the people. Boom. Here's the schedule. Huh. Interesting. Wow.
Look at that. It's like they were prepared for 3 weeks for the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Boom. Man,
so you're doing a lot of your
3
testing there in the kitchen on some of your menu
we've been doing
items.
a lot of testing in the kitchen. I do need to get a health inspection one of these days.
Right.
We did roll 55 burritos there today. Did a little. If you ever do breakfast burritos, I've got a fail-proof burrito recipe that is like kick-ass good.
Really?
Yeah, and I can share that. But so we took and it's kind of interesting. We've done it a few times, and today I think I perfected it. Today was an anything meat kind of burrito, and why it was an anything meat burrito was I had a bunch of shit in the refrigerator that had to get used up, so we made a burrito out of breakfast sausage, chorizo, smoked sausage, and ham. But we took this burrito and we took a hotel pan and we put hash browns in the bottom of the pan and we threw it in this fancy, whatever we call this oven. And we put it in there and we cooked the hash browns with a little whirl on top because you got to have a little whirl in there.
Whirl, of course.
Put the whirl in, pre-cook them for just about 5 minutes. And then we put, on top of that, we put the mixture of cooked meats on top. And then we put about 5 pounds of liquid eggs on top of it, scrambled egg mix.
Right.
And then a little jalapeno salt. And then we cooked it for about 15 minutes. And I'm doing this from memory because I wasn't there, but I instructed it and Brian executed it. And then when it started to get a little color on top, we covered it up and cooked it for so we cooked it for like 25 minutes.
Total.
But I lined that pan with a pan liner, right?
Okay.
A full size pan liner.
Correct.
And when it came out of the oven, we let it cool down a little bit, put it in the walk-in cooler, and got it cold.
Okay.
And once it was cold, we took it out and we flipped that pan over on a sheet tray.
Right.
And we peeled off the pan liner. And then we cut that pan into 20 different portions. So we cut it in half and cut it into 20 portions and with a knife. And then we took big 12-inch burritos, bigger, maybe they were bigger, but big jumbo-sized burrito shells, heated them up on the flat top, set it down, took one of those cold squares or rectangles of the burrito of the mix, which had the hash browns, put it on top of there, used our hand to kind of just crunch it apart. So we had the potatoes and the meat and all that, and then ladled across an ounce or two of queso, cold, our cold queso.
Cold.
Across, cold. Because,
why?
Well, because you'll understand. Pay attention.
Okay. Sorry.
Hope you're taking notes.
I'm not.
Cold
Randy
queso across, and then we wrapped that burrito, and then we wrapped it in foil and put it back in the walk-in cooler. And then tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., whatever, we'll have those burritos on a sheet pan.
Oh.
They'll go in the oven, and they'll get rethermed up and bring them up to temperature, and they'll go out for the catering.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's why it was cold. Because I didn't want to heat back up that egg and meat mix.
Right. Exactly. That makes sense. Wow.
Brilliant.
Oh, okay.
And on that note, did you know that every McDonald's burrito or every McDonald's breakfast burrito is pre-rolled in a factory and comes to McDonald's frozen?
Doesn't surprise me.
I was going to say,
comes in
that
frozen.
does not surprise me at
They
all.
thaw them out so many at a time, and they throw them in the microwave. That's why them son of a bitches are hotter than shit every time you get them.
Huh. So same kind of concept.
Same kind of concept, except for my burrito was like, boom. And I tell you, and as a matter of fact, I'll give everybody the recipe just because that's the kind of guy I am. And it was very simplistic recipe.
All right.
Oh, hang on. The recipe was, I took 2 pounds of hash browns.
2 pounds of hash browns.
And we used the dehydrated ones, okay? We had rehydrated the dehydrated ones. Or you could use cubed potatoes. We've used cubed up russet potatoes up until the past. But today we use hash browns, and they were amazing. Right?
The dehydrated ones.
Well, we buy, the dehydrated ones in the carton, and then you add boiling water to them to rehydrate.
Right.
But
you rehydrate
no matter
them
what,
and use them then.
we rehydrate them, right?
Okay.
But 2 pounds of those.
Okay.
And then 2 pounds of meat. So you put those in the pan, cook them a little bit. 2 pounds of crumbled meat or diced meat or whatever. A pound of shredded cheese. And 5 pounds of liquid eggs. And then about an ounce of seasoning. And then you cook that off in a pan. Now, important part, hotel pan and pan liner. We've done it before, and you can spray and I sprayed that pan liner too. When you do it in just a pan and spray it, it's going to bake on that pan, and it's going to take you 20 minutes to damn clean the pan. And I had to clean the pan last week when we did it. Therefore, the pan liner. And the pan liner, you just flip it over, let it cool down, flip it over, and you just peeled off that pan liner. It was amazing. That was today's change.
So, but you let the pan cool.
Yeah, we took it out of there. We let it come down to kind of room temperature, then threw it in the walk-in, let it cool down. And then when we went to assemble, we flipped it over, cut it up, and then we just threw the tortilla shell, the 12-inch tortilla shell, in on the flat top just to warm it up, make it pliable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can throw them in the microwave too, whatever you want to do. And then we put it on, and that's a jumbo burrito. I'm telling you, this burrito is enough for 2 people. I mean, you're used to
Ooh.
a Casey's burrito. This was probably 1.5 times as big as a Casey's
And you
burrito.
cut that up into 20 pieces, you say?
Yep. So and to get that in 20 pieces, Randy, you would cut that in half, and then you would cut it. No, Randy, sorry. Boom. My regular recipe for a normal burrito is 20. These were jumbos. I cut it into 16 pieces. Sorry.
Okay, jumbo is 16.
Regular burritos are 20. Jumbos are 16 pieces, which means you cut it in half, then you cut the half in half, and then you cut that in half, and then you end up being 16.
Right.
How long do we think it'll take before these are on Randy's food truck for a catering?
They
Or
won't
an
be on the
event?
food truck.
But I tell you what, then you just retherm them in the morning, throw a thermometer, take them up to 165, boom, out the door. And that queso, by putting that cold queso in there, we do a homemade queso, it makes that burrito nice and gooey. You don't put a queso in the inside there, even though it has cheese, you get a dry burrito.
Right.
Nobody likes a dry burrito.
You put that queso in the middle of it. And Brian, when he was doing it today, he took that, and I had never done that before. I'm usually just putting it in there, but he set that down and kind of took his fingers and chunked that apart. So when he put that queso in there, it all went oozed down in the middle of there. So it was going to be queso all the way through. It was amazing. And today is the first time we ever used hash browns. Normally we put cubed potatoes in there,
Right.
and we take, baked potatoes and cube them up. The hash brown, game changer.
Really?
Or if you want to serve a breakfast casserole, same thing. Use that same exact recipe, and you got yourself a breakfast casserole.
But just
so
take and line
hungry.
your pan liner with those rehydrated potatoes
With 2 pounds.
with 2 pounds of it.
And then put a little liquid butter over the top of them and put them in the oven first for about 5 minutes, 350. Just cook them off a little bit. You don't necessarily have to do that, but that's a nice touch.
These will be. I take that back, Emma. They will be on the truck next winter, in February at the Illinois Beef Expo.
Boom.
So next week I've got to do, the old restaurant that we bought used to do steak burritos for this customer, and we're catering again next week for him. And he come back and goes, "Hey, I need 20 steak burritos." And I'm like, "Well, I told you last time we're not going to do steak burritos. We're not doing," because they used to buy this cheap steak and frozen steak vegetable combo. I said, "Could I interest you in a brisket burrito?" "Oh, that'd be fine. That'd be fine." So we're gonna do a brisket egg and cheese burrito.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
That sounds yummy.
A little hot sauce. Oh yeah, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. We came up with an avocado crema drizzle with our.
Are you putting plenty of
tortilla
avocado
sauce.
on there?
Duh.
Well,
He's a big
it's equal parts of our homemade tomatilla salsa, equal parts avocado spread, and then sour cream with just a dash of water.
Just don't be chintzy with the avocado spread.
Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
My IT guy came in to deliver a new computer today, and he tested it, and I got the triple thumbs up. I gave him a burrito. I had to heat it up I put it on the flat top actually I had extra burritos, and he's like, "Man, those look good." And I said, "Here, let me throw one on the flat top, warm it up for you." So we threw it on there, and I said, "Here, you want some salsa and some avocado?" He goes, "You bring it on." And I think he used my whole bottle of avocado crema. He was putting some on every bite.
Right. Well, that burrito thing sounds like a pretty good setup. How you do that? Sure,
yeah, it only
easy.
took us about. We prepped it and whatever, but we rolled 60 some burritos in 20 minutes.
Right. And just when you put them in the innards in there, just pour a little queso in there on them.
Queso, yeah, queso fundido.
Well, I think that's a money maker. A money to the bank.
Money
right
maker.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love burritos. I'm so hungry now.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm never hungry, but
That must suck.
no, not really.
Because even when I'm, yeah, no. Nope. Could not be me. Food is just so good.
I had last night, Sherry, we got home and Sherry didn't want dinner. She was like, I don't want dinner.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
what you said.
great. Which means is mine. So yeah,
Yeah. What'd you
I had
make for yourself?
oh man, I had this beautiful, I'd been eyeing this for a few weeks, but I could never make it. So I had a friend bring me some fresh Alaskan salmon that was in the
Ooh.
freezer.
Ooh.
So I had this big fillet of Alaskan salmon. Well, not a big fillet, but Alaskan king salmon. And so I took it out and quick thawed it out, and I put some Dijon mustard on it and some Hawaiian rub a guy had given me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a wild rice blend that I made with some green beans that I put in the air fryer with it. And,
Nice.
telling you
That
what,
sounds good.
That sounds very
man.
good.
telling you what, made your tongue hard.
I bet it did.
Yeah, did. Stood right on end.
With that, especially that fresh king salmon.
Absolutely hated that.
I knew.
Ugh,
I knew we
Ugh.
could get her. I knew we could get her.
gross. Why are
Why?
you guys so? You guys are so weird. I just want you to know that.
I think we're
you
pretty
just-
common, don't you, Darren?
No, you guys are odd. I appreciate it, but
And I think the
sometimes-
majority of our listeners do. So
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Just raise
That's
your
what we
hand
hear.
if you ate something that made your tongue hard.
Huh?
I might put that on the back of the GM T-shirts. Breakfast
There
so
you
good,
go.
your tongue make your tongue hard.
That makes me want to throw
Oh,
up.
that would be a classic. That would be a good one.
I just wanted to be I wanted to put don't be jelly on the back, and Sherry didn't want to let me do that.
I like that. Food's so good it makes your tongue hard.
Why don't you put that on the back of the Twyford truck?
Could. I've got so many fucking T-shirts. I need to get rid of T-shirts before she'll let me order some more. So
I'll send some up. You got any smaller sizes?
no, that's a problem. Well, no, I don't think we got any smalls. We've got some larges and extra larges.
Well, you're gonna have to give me another. Getting
Got any
there.
2X? You got any mediums?
2X.
I think so.
Who wears a 2X?
I don't know.
Huh? Down here?
No, do you have
The
any
football
mediums?
team. The football team. They wear the 2X.
Yeah.
Do you have any mediums?
You know, I'm not
I've-
in the T-shirt department, to be right honest with you. Marla sorts them out every probably 4 months because I get in there and sort through them, get them all mixed up, and then looking for this one or that one, and then she sorts them through. Has Danny, one of the Lawless girls, sort through them and organize them back, and then I fuck them up again. So
That used to be my job. Mom had the best system for that, though. But
She
yeah,
did.
Randy, if you have any mediums, send them. I'll take one. I'll start wearing it.
medium
I actually
shirt.
found a Smokey D's t-shirt that I could wear on the podcast sometimes.
I don't have anything to wear when it gets cold. I think I'm going to go next door here and see if I can find some of them old sweatshirts. I bet you some of
Sweatshirts
them
or
will fit me.
hoodies?
I bet you some will fit me now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
going to get cold. Winter's around the corner, so you might as well get ready for it. And I'd say you're on the
Woohoo.
right track, Darren. You're getting new
I can't wait.
trousers and
New trousers.
and
I'm at my high school playing weight, and Sherry
There you
says
go.
I'm wearing the same size that I was in high school. So
That's nice.
yeah,
Down
that is
eight.
nice.
down
Can't say the
eight
same
pant-
about myself.
Down eight pant sizes, I think. So
Jesus
Holy shit.
Christ.
yeah.
Now it doesn't look like you shit your pants in them, right? They're so baggy on you.
Yeah. Keep
Is your
getting
belt
new-
screwed? You have a new belt yet?
She made me buy one last night. I'm like,
Yeah,
Sherry,
probably because
come
it looks
on.
tacky having 80 drill holes in it. That was an
I didn't-
exaggeration,
I
but
didn't wear it. I didn't wear it today.
Yeah, just wait and you can break it
Surprising.
in next week. That's my theory on a lot of that stuff. Just wait, I'll wear it next week and break it in. So
how many
Right,
weeks has it been?
then it never
Since
comes
what?
next week.
Yeah, exactly. then you never
Yeah,
do.
the weight loss thing is, you lose a bunch of weight, and then you think you're at the same weight forever and ever and ever, and you don't start losing weight. And so then this morning I get on the scale. I'm like, God, I haven't lost weight forever. And then I looked at my tracker because I only put my weight in like once a month or once every
Right.
25, 30 days. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, just throw a weight in there. But I still lost, I didn't think I'd lost anything. I lost 8 pounds already this month. So
Good.
but you don't think you'd lost anything.
I used to track, I don't know if I still have it, but yeah, I used to track my weight, and I used to do it every day. And then my instructor was like, no, you do it once a week.
Yeah, I don't track.
Yeah, by the time
weight. I don't input my weight.
I had to.
I get on the scale every morning.
Yeah, I had to, but I mean, even if you do it like once a week, you see quite a little change, and you're like, holy shit!
Not like,
and then all of a sudden,
when you used to lose 10 pounds a week.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You slow down for sure.
Another semi.
Well,
can't figure out who's going by.
Must be the Lawless brothers.
No, they don't farm up this way. I'm not sure who the hell that is. Oh, no. This is a combine coming through. Holy fuck.
Whoa!
Big old 7700 coming through there.
That's kind of dated.
It's a big one coming through.
Who runs a 7700?
I don't know. They just came through with one.
They all start with it. They're all in with a 20 now. 7700's got to be 30 years old.
Combine?
Yeah.
Wait a second. What the fuck? I can't read it.
Wait,
that
why?
Was a bigger
why
one.
did you do that? Okay.
I'm glad we had something to talk about.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean, yeah, it was a little bit of everything.
Poopery. We'll just call this the poopery. And
nope, we are not going to call it that.
Poopery of poopery.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, you need.
But it's not going to be that.
You need to be a little more creative on your.
Well, okay.
naming.
So I've come to find out when I get creative with the names, like I was Chat GPT names for a while, they get less clicks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Big tractor with a grain cart. Big grain cart.
Big
Thanks,
grain
Randy.
cart. Big crane cart.
He needs like
there's a lot
talking
of
to a
shit
squirrel.
moving. And then,
Man, you better get out on the porch and start waving.
Well, or get my binoculars out so I can get those numbers correct.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Oh, I know who it is going through now. I didn't realize they had 2 combines. But
whoa, man.
Oh, here comes another grain cart about to wipe our mailbox out. Big Dimco 1160 bushel. Big old Dimco. Get those up at Harris Sales just down the road from us. Jay Harris, he'll hook you up. Largest Dimco dealer in the United States. That's the fact.
You think they'd like to sponsor a podcast?
We aren't doing. Are we doing sponsors or not? You say that all the time, but then you're like,
Dimco,
we don't do
carts.
sponsors.
That has a lot to do with most of our topics.
Good.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into farming.
We don't want any damn sponsors.
Exactly.
We don't want people to tell us what we got to talk about and what we can't talk about. That's fucking bullshit.
Right.
Even if they did, you guys wouldn't listen to them. I'm sure of it.
Right. Exactly. All right. Anything else? Anything else for the good of the order? Sign us out.
Okay. This is episode 76 of Cue the Mic.
76 trombones comes
in the big parade. What's the rest of that?
Carry on.
Just stop. If you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod, or find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast, where you can watch this train wreck instead of listen to it. And I think that's it. Randy?
Boom. Out of here. Got to go watch the farm equipment go down the road.
No kidding, old man.
Boom. Done. Finished.
Boom. I got to go finalize the menu so I don't get my ass chewed in the morning.
Yep, there you go.
See you guys. We will see you guys next week.
Adios.